Warriors, welcome. I'm going to ask you a couple questions just to start this video off, if I may. Do you wake up every single morning with a feeling of being detached from the world? Detached from your senses? Do you see the world in terms of a foggy view? Do you feel dizzy? Do you feel kerfuffled in your thinking? Do you feel derealized and depersonalized? What we're going to do today, Warrior, if you have answered yes, is I'm going to explain to you from my own studies and experiences with myself and other people how we get to this place in our lives. Because depersonalization is not an accident. There have been certain patterns that we have unconsciously been running that has been causing this feeling within us. Now, if you ask me, there is no such thing as depersonalization disorder because I believe this is nothing more than another symptom of overwhelm, a symptom of what I'm going to explain in detail today because I've got the notes here in front of me. I want to make sure that I take as long as I need to take in order for me to get the right message across to you today. So I believe that depersonalization is just another symptom. It doesn't need to be categorized as its own disorder because that just makes everything a lot more complicated. And let me tell you something. An anxiety sufferer doesn't need more complication in their lives. They need to simplify the healing journey. Now, let's begin understanding how we got here. How the heck did I begin experiencing life this way? Either one or consecutive traumatic events leading to the subconscious mind body to interpret general reality as threatening. Depersonalization becomes the protective mechanism that gets triggered as a reminder of mistakes from the past. Take a moment to think about this. Depersonalization, your system, isn't maintaining these symptoms so that your life can be more difficult. Your subconscious mind and body are creating this level of chemical protection so that you don't make the same mistakes you did in the past. Isn't it working? Isn't your life becoming smaller and smaller and smaller? Interesting. So the system that has created this depersonalization, in shamanic terms they call it soul loss, has done its job. It has experienced these traumatic events. It has created depersonalization so you don't put yourself out there the same way you did back in the day. Ooh, that is more than anxiety. That is some crucial stuff to understand right there. Dennis, are you saying that I, starting today, can cooperate with this system of mine that's creating depersonalization and derealization in my life rather than look to distract myself and push it away? Yes, you can cooperate with depersonalization rather than continue the mindset of, oh, it's there again. Because, oh, it's there again also means, yes, the threat that I may experience today may be present the same way it was back in the day. Now, let's continue in the process of how the heck did we get into depersonalization. The sensitized instincts trigger an overwhelming desire to overly think about each problem. This leads to becoming left brain dominant and distrusting in anything spontaneous. Doesn't that sound like an anxiety sufferer? If it's spontaneous, no, I'm not going there. That's going to be overwhelming to me. That's not your conscious mind talking. That's your unconscious side. Then what happens is a tight band surrounds the head area constantly because energy is stagnant in that area and it's not moving swiftly through the body. Then hyperventilation becomes the default way of breathing, which constricts the muscles further, leading to continued interpretations of threat. Does this sound like you? Most of you are going, yeah, I got that tight band around my head all the time, right? It's stagnant energy that's stuck in that part of your body because you feel an overwhelming sense of having to think through every single situation. There is no intuition. There is only intellect, left brain dominant intellect. I gotta think. And there's only instinct. Okay, whatever the body says is truth. If this particular situation is deemed a threat by the body and I feel it, then I must act in line with this scared feeling. That's deep. That's a deep understanding of where you may be living right now. Then, as mentioned with depersonalization and anxiety, once hyperventilation kicks in, then those interpretations of threats throughout the day, whether it be a symptom or anything on the outside, becomes that much worse. Anxiety sufferers don't see things the way they are. They see them a lot worse than what they truly are. Remember that. Now, in this process, we get to the third stage. The third stage is this. Survival is maintained. You're surviving. Unconsciously, this proves to our systems that what we're doing is working. System's going, hey, it's working, right? All these symptoms, all this fear, all this threat interpretation, it's working. The depersonalization is working. Any changes to these survival habits, any changes, is seen as threatening even if the conscious mind knows a new habit will be more healthy and beneficial. So you're saying, Dennis, that my conscious desires are not aligning with my subconscious beliefs, therefore causing a disharmony, therefore creating a feeling that I need to overthink everything, leading to being left brain dominant. Yes, exactly. Now, remember this. Any changes to these survival habits is seen as threatening, even if the conscious mind knows a habit will be more healthy and beneficial. So it doesn't matter how many times you tell yourself, I'm going to be okay. You're not going to feel okay. It doesn't matter how many times you tell yourself that you're safe from a symptom. You will not feel safe. The conscious mind is only 10% of this overall general way of you approaching life and how you go about living your life. How you interpret things, what you believe, what you say, how you think. All of these things are run by the subconscious sides of us that says, hey, listen, man, listen, woman, right? We don't see reality in a very safe manner, right? We've learned that reality is very threatening and unsafe. Therefore, this depersonalization and this derealization is a response to get the conscious mind to understand how that deeper part of us is still interpreting reality. So what is it about? What is it about? You know what it's about? It's about introducing right brain activity into your daily life. Because the more you look to intellectually think through every single sensation, symptom, or external event, you're going to feel more depersonalized and exhausted. That's why by the time 1 or 2 p.m. comes around, the majority of severe anxiety sufferers want to take a nap. And it's not a nap to rejuvenate themselves, it's a nap to run away from what they're feeling. Why do you think around 11 p.m., midnight, there's this second wind that kicks in? The adrenals are working so much harder at that point. And you're going, I feel alive. I'm going to stay up even longer, right? Welcome to an anxiety sufferer's life. Now, these solutions, warriors, are simplistic, but very powerful because starting today, I want you to begin creating harmony between your left brain and your right brain. Okay? Harmony between your thinking and your spontaneousness, your creativity, which is your right brain. We need to begin introducing right brain activity into our daily lives, not only to overcome depersonalization as a symptom, but to move forward towards our authentic selves. The first thing you want to do is use the left side of your body more, because it's the left side of your body that generates right brain activity. I want you to begin writing with your left hand, playing sports with your left hand, reading with your left hand, brushing your teeth with your left hand, picking things up with your left hand. Anything, even you're getting out of the shower, right? And you usually use your right hand to dry yourself. Begin using the left side of your body more starting today. Please write these down. The second thing is become more intuitive. Act on a hunch more. Act on a hunch more, a leap. This is the language of your heart, right? When we begin to act on a hunch, intuitiveness, and we start doing things that we just simply in our hearts believe is right to do rather than overthinking it, now we're aligning those two brains, okay? Act on your intuition more than look to circle around thoughts that lead to inaction. You notice how that works for an anxiety sufferer, right? Think, 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 think. Next thing you know, no problem is solved, really, right? Because there isn't that harmony between those two brains. So you want to act on your hunches more. You want to make a decision and you want to act on it rather than kind of, stumble around and make sure it's the right decision. Third thing you want to do is reframe your traumas daily. Okay? This video right here will help you each and every day to reframe those traumas that we talked about in the first step of this process to depersonalization. Okay? Also, very important with depersonalization, you want to engage in more somatic-based healing techniques. Somatic-based healing techniques. I'm becoming more of a fan of things like EFT, EMDR. These are good. These are very good techniques. There are more, and you can look into those techniques in NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. But anything that engages in your body, pulling colors out of your body, pulling some other things out of your body, replacing those with healing colors and healing things. Anything that engages in your body is fantastic for depersonalization. Then I want you to engage more in left nostril breathing. Left nostril breathing. Left nostril breathing, right brain. So all you really need to do is this, okay? And you want to do this multiple times throughout the day. You want to cover up your right nostril. I know that in this video it looks like I'm covering up my left maybe, but you want to cover up your right nostril and breathe in for 4 seconds. Hold for 4. Breathe out for 4. Hold for 4. Let's do it again all together. I know I look funny. Breathe in for 4. Hold for 4. Breathe out for 4. Hold for 4. I wasn't picking my nose. So, left nostril breathing is powerful. It works so well. And within just a few minutes, you're going to find that as long as you're not forcing it, you're going to find a certain amount of calmness, a certain amount of lightness come over you. Very powerful stuff. The fifth thing is practice laughter and practice joy. Practice laughter and practice joy. With anxiety, what happens is we always wait for things to come to us. We wait for ourselves to become more focused. We wait for a certain feeling to take action. We wait for happiness to arise. But let me tell you something. One of the biggest keys to me healing depersonalization and healing my anxiety was me practicing the things that I was out of touch with. I was out of touch with joy and laughter and smiling. So I began engaging in YouTube videos, watching, funny puppies, whatever it takes to create that joy and to practice laughter again. I remember walking down the street and smiling at as many people as I possibly could because that's what felt right to me. And it was very much outside my comfort zone, as it will be for you. But I promise you, practicing these things will bring them back into your life naturally. So practice joy, practice laughter, and practice smiling as you go through the day. Life doesn't have to be so serious all the time. And finally, warriors, you want to engage in thoughtless meditation. Thoughtless meditation where you're not really drawn into certain thoughts. You're not allowing yourself to become so highly emotional and caught up in a certain thought. But thoughtless meditation gets you to understand that you're not your name, you're not your career, you're not who you hang out with, you're not what you do, you're none of those things, you're not your beliefs. Thoughtless meditation brings you back to a place where you fully understand that you are unique. There is God within you as much as there is source energy and God on the outside. And when you engage in meditation where you're no longer allowing yourself to get caught up in certain thoughts and simply allowing them to be like clouds, there's a tremendous amount of insight and clarity that comes with that thoughtless meditation. Now, are you going to be good at it right away? Definitely not, okay? Because every anxiety success story was once very much in a state of suffering as well. So no matter where you're starting, remember that you're always going to be the worst at thoughtless meditation because it's day one. But I promise you, as you practice more and more and go about this, you're going to find that, wow, I really can detach. I really can become more spontaneous, and I can enjoy life at the level that I truly want to. So warriors, I hope that I have filled you with some important information and knowledge today related to depersonalization, derealization, and just this reconnection with your authentic self. Let me tell you something. We're doing a lot more here together than just ending your anxiety. Because I can tell you something from experience. This journey that you're on right here, right now, has a bigger purpose to it. It has a bigger purpose to it. When we learn the lessons that anxiety is trying to teach us, when we can cooperate with the subconscious side of us that's just trying to keep us safe and has unconditional love for us, then what's going to happen is we are going to thrive. We are going to grow, and we're going to do it together. I'm so proud of you. You listened to this video till the end, and honestly, You inspire me with every comment on YouTube and with every action, with every win that you take. I promise you, we're going to get to exactly where you need to go. So please take notes from this video, share it with someone who needs it, and if you have any other questions on the Inner Circle program, head on over to this website right here. Remember, you are more than anxiety. Love you all.